Hello everybody! In this video I want to talk about how to really experience the benefits of minimalism. Because I think a lot of us see minimalism as owning less stuff, which of course it also is, and doing that through decluttering our belongings. But let me tell you, there is more, because a lot of times just decluttering our belongings and then having less is not getting us any of the benefits that we wish to see. Benefits I think of when I want to be a minimalist or when I am a minimalist is feeling less stressed, moving faster towards the life I want to live, spending less money and time on things that are not important to me, and surrounding myself only with things that add value to my life. Minimalism is a label like many other. We can label ourselves minimalists, essentialists, intentional living people, extreme minimalists. You choose your label, and it really doesn't matter because that is not what it is about. I think the moment we do minimalism to call ourselves minimalists, to be good minimalists, to portray a minimalist picture to other people, we lose the benefits. And that doesn't mean that you shouldn't have a beautiful minimalist surrounding, that you shouldn't call yourself a minimalist or think that you really enjoy this lifestyle and connect with other people living this lifestyle. Minimalism itself has nothing to offer because it has no answers. Minimalism itself cannot tell you what you should own, how to spend your time, what to do and what to prioritize in your life. And that I think is where it gets interesting, and that I think is also where we see that decluttering alone will not get us anywhere. If we just randomly declutter things and then end up with less, then it doesn't guarantee that we're at a better point than we have been before. And I think the missing piece is authenticity and honesty. And that is often overlooked, I think, maybe because we think we do it naturally, or maybe also because it is a lot harder than the act of taking an item and putting it on one pile or on the other pile. I think honesty ultimately is so much more powerful than minimalism or decluttering on their own. Because only if we are really honest with ourselves can we also define what is important to us. Will we actually declutter the things that need to be decluttered and keep the things that are important to us? And yes, it's true, partially we're doing that naturally. We just feel if we want to part from something, we just feel if we really want to keep something, but that is not always gonna end up like being the right decision. And honesty there can be so powerful, but it's also something that is harder to teach than just decluttering. If you just have the rule that if you haven't used it in the last 3 months, you're decluttering it. If it's not useful, you're decluttering. If it doesn't fit in your color scheme, you declutter it. These things seem so simple, but they're not always the right thing to do because they're not always what makes sense for us, what we would do if we are really honest and authentic with ourselves. But I think in our consumerist society, it is sometimes really hard to be honest with ourselves. I've made a whole video about that topic that I'm gonna link you up here if you are interested in it to check it out. But I think in our society, advertisement is trying to tell us what we need. Other people are trying to tell us what is fashionable and what we need to be cool. And we are trying to tell ourselves what we need. And sometimes it's not because it's something that we really want, but it's because we want to achieve a certain picture, or we lie to ourselves saying that this item is gonna make me happy. It's just gonna take these $500 and then I'm gonna be happy. And usually if we have looked at that cycle closely, we realize that that's not the case. Now, minimalism can be the answer there, having less stuff and being very intentional with the stuff that we invite into our lives. But I also think it just takes a lot of practice leading a minimalist lifestyle, coming from very honest decisions. And I don't think it's a problem. I think all of us have decluttered items that we realized we shouldn't have decluttered. later, or we have kept things that we thought were really, really important just to realize a year later that we haven't used them, that we haven't enjoyed them, that we actually really don't need them. And so I think the thing about being very honest and authentic is that it is more a practice thing than all the other tips that we can have, that we can watch, that we can give other people when it comes to becoming a minimalist. Of course, even if we're very honest and if we think that is a huge priority, it will still take decluttering. But if we declutter while trying to really focus on being very honest, I think we are going to make the better decisions. And we maybe are able to let go of more things that we don't need and also prevent some of the decisions that we might regret later. Because if minimalism is about honesty and about finding the things that make sense in our life, it's not about the number. It's not about needing to get rid of 90% of your things with the first declutter. It's not about having a fashionable color scheme. It's not about having your apartment look a certain way, because these things are just like the minimalism trends. These things are just something very superficial. The real benefits of minimalism lie in the power of actually having the things that add value to our lives, and they sometimes just do not match with a color scheme, with a certain aesthetic, or with a certain number. And we can define minimalism as different things. Some of the people maybe enjoy just the lifestyle, just the aesthetics, or see minimalism just as decluttering, as a tool to get them to a certain point, to a certain number, whatever. But in my life, during the past 6 years of living a minimalist lifestyle, of like thinking about that topic, living that topic, trying out things about minimalism, I have learned to let go of many things, get to know myself a lot better. And now honesty is the leading principle, the leading priority when it comes to my minimalist lifestyle, to a point where sometimes I don't even know anymore if I want to call it minimalism, because minimalism kind of means that we live with the least amount of things possible. And I don't think it should be about that. It should definitely be more about living with the absolutely right amount of things, with the things that make you the happiest. And it should not be a feeling of like, that's the bottom line. I cannot own less. Can I get rid of some more? And so I think minimalism has led me here, and I think honesty is always going to be helpful on a minimalist journey, but I'm not even sure if the term minimalism is still describing my lifestyle in the best way. Because what I want from this is a fulfilled life. And not calling myself a minimalist, I want to have more clarity about my goals and about what I like spending my time with and what kind of a life I want to live. So let me know how your minimalism journey is going, and if you think you are able to be honest with yourselves and make honest decisions. Because of course I'm not like 100% there, but I think that is the quest where that is the thing that will lead me to more fulfillment now. And I think, again, it's something that many people can profit from. And it's not something to be ashamed of if we sometimes lie to ourselves or avoid being honest. I think it's just something to learn that will really help with minimalism and with living a fulfilled life in general. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you liked it, you can give it a thumbs up. That would really help my channel. And if you want to see more videos right now, I'm going to link you a video here and a playlist here that you can watch if you have time and if you want to right now. And I also hope to see you in my next video. Bye!